they can also bring a place of very different gameplay, doesn't it?
Yeah, they do not want to do necessarily the exact same thing. Look at that little froggy, so cute. We'll see where these junglers are going to start up, because we've seen Sejuani, an exceptionally proactive jungler, looking to get involved across every single lane and find ways into the game. Whereas Lilia, you just farm so dang fast. This deer can sprint through the jungle looking to full clear, but she's a little bit nerfed at the moment because invading is not quite as potent as it once was.
Yes, absolutely. Starting off, we this cute little bean here. Oh, look at that skin, so gorgeous, and the chroma pink as well. Oh, amazing.
Beautiful.
But yeah, so right now we just have both teams. Oh, all of them are so pretty. Thank you so much to our observer here, just giving us the beautiful images on this game. Both teams just look to be guarding that jungle. This one though, I don't think I have quite seen it. It's so pretty. Look at Caitlyn. She's a blonde now.
Barely looks like a gun in her hands at all, and now that we've seen all of these truly gorgeous skins, we're going to have a look at where these junglers are starting. Both of them starting towards the top side, exactly what you expect. We're expecting this Caitlyn Karma to push in their opposition, and so there's a definite gank opportunity for Win Trading Kane if she can get down there to get involved. However, the Lilia is going to clear a lot faster than the Sejuani, and so you do need to be a little bit careful that you don't end up in a counter gank situation.
Yes, and at the same time, we have both junglers starting on the same side of the map, so they're going to collapse together on that Scuttle Crab in the bottom river, and they're going to direct for that bottom lane, as you mentioned. The Caitlyn and Karma are going to be much more oppressive in the lane phase with the range, with the poking. So we're gonna have to wait to see how Misfortune and Soraka can be very protective about it, because they know that, exactly as you said, the Lily is going to clean up faster. She's going to be able to come in and get so fast into the bottom lane.
And we'll see how efficient this Lilia pathing is truly going to be. Most junglers just want to full clear at this time. Because of the fact that the Scuttle Crab now spawns later on, you have more than enough time to full clear your jungle before you get into this fight. Lilia is not going to win in a straight 1v1 versus a Sejuani. To be honest, both of them not particularly strong during these very early portions of the game. And you can see the Sejuani having a decently efficient clear as well. A little bit faster than you could have seen previously, simply because she did have that help from the Ornn earlier on, a melee champion that helps to stack up that passive on the E, meaning that Sejuani gets to clear a little bit faster than she would otherwise.
And it's working super well. Win Trading Kane definitely going for this one in the bot lane, since SK has advanced so much. They have a ward in the tri-bush, so that's going to help spot the enemy jungler pretty easily. Do they have... Yeah, they just decide to... They're scouting around. We'll see if they're going to try and engage on this one. Though it's a Karma, it's a Caitlyn, they have all the means of escaping. They know now that there is a ward in that bush. We have Lilia getting some presence as well.
Ari roaming down.
Yes, not only the bot lane following up as well. Ari coming is going to get that secure on the Scuttle Crab for Zerolag female on this one. And since Lilia is retreating, resetting full base, Sejuani might even get both of them on the map.
You can see pings towards this Scuttle Crab, but unfortunately Win Trading Kane is just going to get there quicker. This was going to be a nice and easy double scuttle, entirely because the mid lane of Apollonia, as well as Aceris and Darkdale, decided to roam up towards that Scuttle Crab and just help out, and that's what you need to do, giving such a good level of clear right into the back pocket of Win Trading Kane, someone who played very well in the previous game on this Sejuani too. I'm really looking at those Glacial Prisons out of Win Trading Kane to see if this game should go well. Gank and counter gank opportunity here.
Top lane is already going very, very fast. The Fang's health bar is going really low on this one. They have to flash away. The damage from Lily is stacking on Win Trading Kane. They might be in a bad position. Maybe they're going to get something out of it. Nice protect from G Wofi. And they managed to stay in front to get any access run on their face instead of that jungler. And the pressure is going strong in the top lane for SK. In the bot lane too, we have some damage going on Marcia, getting the help from Bijash on this one. The Ignite drops on Aziris. They're falling very, very low, but Misfortune still has a lot to be able to maintain herself in the fight because of Darkdale on Soraka.
Nobody ends up dying despite the fact that we have action in the top and bottom lanes. You could see the idea from Wind Trading Kane trying to get onto Feng Dieri. In the end, though, ends up losing Flash, nearly losing their life. Empress with the nice counter gank. In the bot side of the map, you can see summoner spells being blown left, right, and center. Patricia now has absolutely no summoner spells whatsoever, making her a true target. The Karma has a couple shields, a little bit of a speed up, but that doesn't mean that she has enough mobility to survive a true gank. And with the Sejuani on the other side of the map, that could definitely result in disaster should Wind Trading Kane come down here.
In blocks, not only that, I think that on that trade in the bottom lane, it felt like it was SK engaging firsthand, and it would most likely be a win scenario for them because they have Karma, they have Caitlyn, but at the end of the day, the fight turned up against them because it was their support that had to waste the two summoner spells, as you mentioned. It was just a heal for a series on that one. Wind Trading Kane is scouting the area, just getting the jungle, probably some vision around the pit, because the first Drake has spawned. It's going to be Chemtech 1, right? Yeah, there we go. And the bot lane resets on the side of Zerolag, as I know it has been fairly pushed, and it's going to be in a nice position of wave management there when they come back to the lane.
It's a nice little freeze right here. Mercer perfectly happy to hold this one just underneath the tower in a perfectly safe position, and it's something that you can absolutely do on this Caitlyn. With the Caitlyn Karma, you can push your opposition in if you want to, or you can allow the wave to come back towards you and just sit back, relax, and not be in a position where Wind Trading Kane can actually get in, unless you do this.
Unless you do this, Wind Trading Kane was in the focal board there, wasn't spotted. Lovely, lovely setup for First Blood for their ADC series.
You've put yourself so far behind the tower just to be safe. Just to be safe. And then you walk up without knowing that there's going to be a Sejuani in that bush. First Blood going over into the back pocket of Asteris, and this is what you need, because if this Misfortune doesn't get ahead, you're going to lose out in the damage war versus a Caitlyn, and you're not going to have anyone to deal with this Mundo. It's going to have to be a Kraken Slayer out of this Misfortune just to deal with them.
The Horn trying to get people away from them. Wind Trading Kane is coming around to help.
Oh, the CC!
Empress getting so much damage targeted from the tower. Bijash is getting herself away, but she's getting shoved really, really fast as well. Apollonia following up with the ulti on Feng Dieri. She has been dealing a lot of damage, but so far it's not enough. Oh, what a flash comeback there. True damage, guaranteeing another kill for the mid laner. A total of 3 kills here in the top lane for Zerolag female.
And this is what needed to happen. This composition out of Zerolag needed to get ahead early. Where have I heard myself say that one before? Now we're going to see a little replay of this fight down in the bot side. It's just unfortunate out of Mercer. If you like watching good flashes, avert your eyes. Yeah, that one feels a little bit bad. In response though, Zerolag female, they're also going to pick themselves up that Rift Herald. They've now picked up 4 unanswered kills, the Rift Herald, and the Drake is still available if that's where Wind Trading Kane wants to go, and why wouldn't you? You've got plenty of pressure down towards this bot side of the map, and currently Empress is nowhere to be seen. This composition needs to find advantages in the early game, and so far Zerolag female have been doing that perfectly.
Yes, and they have guaranteed everything so far in regards to Skirtle Carab Vision, in regards to the Herald as you mentioned, and we have so much pressure from them in the bot lane. This is going to be an uncontested Drake. As long as the Lilia doesn't decide to go for something, she might go for the Ahri instead. She's still in a very good position. She knows the rest of her team is down at the river, so she's very safe, even though there was help of Empress and Pijosh on this one. Another Fog of War scenario. Glacial Prison connects. The damage is on. They have to go over the wall.
Big sleep.
Flash is gonna land. Oh, the stun from Escape as well, getting the 4 members over Zerolag female in a pinned up spot, just preventing any further engages. But Zerolag has been very, very aggressive overall and guaranteeing so much pressure all across the map.
Really have been just the proactivity that we really needed to see, and this is the issue that Sejuanis have often been facing. They haven't been proactive enough. That is not what Wind Trading Kane is doing right now. finding ganks all across the map and using vision to do so effectively. You can see all of the control wards across this bottom side of the river. It just means that anytime a member of SK decides to walk into this river, you're going to know where they are and you can set up a little trap for them right now. Just beautiful play, and the control it's affording them is so nice. Only a 1k gold lead though at this point in time. Once that herald is dropped, that pressure can begin to turn into a genuine gold lead and advantage, but for right now things are a little bit more even than they may originally seem.
And we thought that maybe it was just going to be a very pacifist top lane, but Ornn is doing a lot of damage on the Mundo. In the bot lane though, Windtrade Kane has dropped the Herald. It's gonna deal all the damage. The platings are gonna be shared. Just trying to get some disengage on this one. Caitlyn also trying to get the pacifier, the Piltover pacifier on the enemy champion. There's a Zeres dealing the ricochet, the bounce damage on the enemy ADC too. Windtrain Kane still in the bot lane. There is no vision. The sweeper is there, and so is the sweeper in the top lane. Empress was trying to get something on G-Worthy, but they're in a very good position to just keep on safe.
Yeah, this top lane matchup, it's a little bit of a wet noodle fight, as much as a... Oh, engage!
Oh, Glacial Prison blocks her. They're going to be destroyed. The Q lands, and the series gets another one. Nice dodge, Darkdale, preventing that ace in the hole from going on to our pig rider, Sejuani.
Hey, SK, if you can't see the Sejuani, she's in that bush, and she's gonna hit you in the face with a knock-up or with that Glacial Prison, and it's going to ruin your day. That's another kill into the back pocket of this MF, an FF who we were slightly worried about because on hit build was just not going to work out this time around. When you're this far ahead, it doesn't really matter, gonna be a-okay. You can see just how much damage this MF can lay down so very quickly. And Trading Kane now up towards the top side. Vendieri has popped the ult.
Yes, G-Worthy gets the own one there, but the flash from Fengdere gets them away just for a little bit. When Trading Kane has all the stuns landing, and the damage is going to be enough to take down Fengdere. Goes back to base, and Zerolag female Garen. Oh, this chroma though, I don't usually. Oh no, this is the bunny skin. Oh, it's so pretty. I thought it was the ultimate one. I don't really like that one. The bunny skin. Oh, mwah.
Beautiful, beautiful skin. And oh man, Wind Trading Kane has come to play today. In the previous game, it wasn't Wind Trading Kane who was the most important member. Dodge out of Apollonia. It really was Wolfie and Apollonia in the previous game running around on their Yone and Camille duo. This time around, Wolfie, Wind Trading Kane's like, nah, you need to look at me, and is showing up big time. This gank in the top lane is just well executed. You can see Vengieri manages to flash away from this Ornn horn and thinks, maybe I can get away, but with that passive procced already, it means CC is going to land, and between Ornn and Sejuani, you have so much CC. It means Fengdieri just isn't able to walk away and finally does go down.
Yes, as you said, it was so beautifully executed. Fengdieri, they tried to do what they could, which is the only escape possibility, the flash. Fengdieri is very close on this one. G-Worthy dealing so much damage on her. And the turret also targets them. I think it was just one hit. But G-Worthy really showing, you're not coming here to just attack my tower. You're not farming deep on this lane. You're gonna get very hurt if you do so.
Yeah, I'm gonna absolutely shred through on an assassin, obviously. He's a mage AD carry, an assassin, tank, all of the good things that you could ever possibly want. Next Drake is about to spawn. Zerolag pick themselves up the first one and are well set up for the next. You can see all of the vision they've got, especially around the entrance to the river, around that mid lane side. And the Lily are nowhere to be seen. Emperor's not interested in getting involved. And for right now, picking up these early couple of Drakes on a composition who needs to get some things done early is exactly right. But it's not like in the previous game where Zerolag had to find all of the early success because they got so outscaled. They certainly have scaling options, especially from Wolfie with those ornaments later on into the game.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be amazing once you get the upgrades on the items. Empress trying to get some damage on Wind Trading Kane, there we go. But one thing I like to mention, Blockster, you talked about the vision, how every spot is secured by Zerolag female. And it's not because SK hasn't been warding, it's because on every opportunity there is for an objective to come up, Zerolag has the sweeper perfectly in time. It's not on cooldown, it's there online for you to use, and they can clear everything and just protect themselves and secure an easy objective.
You can see it's so well lit up all across the bottom side of the map, and plenty of deep wards as well to just make sure that there's really no chance for SK to find picks, to find ways back into this game. They so far haven't picked themselves off a single kill, a single turret, a single Drake, or the Rift Herald. Right now, it's a perfect game, and if Zerolag could take out SK Avarosa in a perfect game, wouldn't that be impressive? Unlikely, to be honest, with the amount of damage that can come out of a Caitlyn Victor. You're going to find a kill at some point in time.
Yeah.
But still, the way that this early game has been played is beautiful, and you can continue to accelerate this lead. You still have that Rift Herald right on the back of Wind Trading Kane. The second one, you can crack the first turret, get that first brick, a little bit more of an injection of gold, and not allow SK a way back into this game.
Oh, nice dodge on the Glacial Prison,
No flash,
but it's going to connect with the damage and the stun from Wind Trading Kane. I'm just going to say Kane, I think that's easier for me. So, or maybe just Sejuani, she guarantees so much CC every single time. And once again, Zerolag getting nice kills on the enemy not having enough vision and taking that vision away from themselves.
Not even going to need to drop this Herald down into the bottom lane in order to take this turret. First brick does go over to Zerolag. They've now amassed themselves a 3k lead. The beginnings of items have come through. Almost everyone who really needs those first items has them. You can see Empress, Escape, and Mercia, they've all picked themselves up those first mythics to Leandries, which is going to be a lot of burn damage, incredibly powerful versus champions like the Soraka, MF, and Ahri. And with that Kraken Slayer on that Caitlyn, you're going to be able to shred through those big tanks. I'm expecting, quite a lot of armor penetration to have to come through from Mercia, which could give you a little bit of an opportunity to survive a bit longer as Isurus or Apollonia, simply because it's not going to be a full AD on hit build.
Onhorn has dropped the flash from Fengderi once again, getting them out of the World Cup. Wind Train Kane, though, is coming back around with the bot lane to back them up. Empress has been taking
Huge
the damage
sleep
from the ADC here, but it goes wide.
Oh, what a drop!
Sleep is gonna come on. The charm is perfect. The Q to finalize, and the ulti forward from Apollonia as well guarantees so much damage output from Zerolag, and they push this one beautifully. 2-0 for Zerolag, and a potential, there it is, tier 1 in the top lane.
And still that Herald has not had to be used. Kane is perfectly happy to keep wandering around the map, picking up turrets without having to use that Herald yet, and why wouldn't you? Now you can drop it into the mid lane. You've picked up the bot lane turret, picked up the top lane turret, and now you can use it. And it was just better map rotation right there out of Zerolag. They ended up with 5 members towards that top side, and then we zoomed out afterwards and panned over to Mercia, just sat in the bot lane, farming all by herself and not actually getting involved. You can see the early stages of this. It looks like it's going to be good, and then another flash. Fengdieri has had to use the flash to get away from that Ornhorn every single time, but all 5 members of Zerolag are on their way up, making their way through, and you can see it looks so good. That's a huge sleep, but there's no follow-up. Nobody manages to quite get on top of it. Apollonia comes in through the edge, lands that charm right onto the Lilia. You get to take down Empress, and from that moment on, you get to press the go trigger. 2 full kills, then you can turn it into the turrets and increase your gold lead massively.
Yes, and they've done that as well with taking the Herald here in the mid lane. They took down all the outer turrets of the red side of the map. The Drake is spawning 5 seconds from now. Once again, they have the vision. But now SK is also, since you mentioned they have the first mythic items, they would at least maybe try. I don't think they are going to. But
no, you can't. You can't step into this composition right now. You get 1 charm landing into your backline, which is happening quite a lot. We know how good Apollonia is at positioning during team fights. She showed it off previously with that Yoni performance, and on Ahri it's even easier with that constant spirit dash to just be able to move through those fights. And so as soon as a charm lands onto your backline, your whole composition is just falling to pieces.
Yeah, and looking at the numbers as well, we only have perfect KDAs. Of course, it's a 9-0 for Zerolag on this one. They're pushing towards this top lane 4v2. The damage bullet time comes on. It's going to go wide because Empress flashes away.
Flash
But
cleanse.
This was that.
Flash cleanse.
Oh,
out
it
of
was
escape.
a flash cleanse too. Yeah, out of escape as well.
Huge
Nice catch
amount
there.
of things blown right there for just one ultimate, no summoner spells, setting themselves up beautifully. This Baron has now spawned. You can see the top laners pushing around down towards that bottom side of the map. Vendiere does have the teleport, however, Wolfie does not. And so if you want to pull the trigger on a top lane fight, you're missing a huge amount of your team fight power, that Ornhorn missing, and just the beefy front line that Wolfie can provide.
Oh yeah, and looking at Zerolag, I don't think, as you mentioned, there's not going to be a good opportunity in a 5v5 scenario for SK. Very less much so if you have an outnumbered scenario. The knockup lands, they don't have flash on this time around. Azir is dealing the damage as much as they can, but the healing from Feng is going to be enough to get them away out of dodge. But we have seen this over and over, haven't we? Every situation there is a SK member that looks to be in an advantageous position. They are there. Zerolag is there to come back up, to counter or engage. Those landings, it's going to be wide for this one, but Empress was cornered.
Doesn't
there was
matter.
no escape anyways, it just doesn't matter.
Jungler dead, and that means the Baron is going to be the call right here for Zerolag. With no jungler available, the chance of a steal is dramatically reduced. You have all 5 members on their way over, and you can see SK, they know they've lost out on the Baron. Empress just getting caught out in that situation. And Empress just decides to go this way, manages to dodge out with a nice little sidestep onto that ultimate, but still it doesn't matter because Apollonia on this Ahri is making work happen. They pick themselves up the Baron, and Zerolag are in an incredibly strong position, and right now I don't know if SK are in a position to mount a comeback like we saw in the previous game.
Yes, it's looking very, very hard for them at this point. We have more than 5k gold lead for Zerolag. They have the presence in the map, the wars, all the objectives so far. They have secured the two heralds, the 3 drakes, the first Baron of the game, and a 10-0 kill score.
It's fine. Nobody saw that. Nobody saw that happen. Anyway, it's not a perfect game. SK, they may not have got themselves a kill, but they have certainly picked themselves up a tower down towards that bottom side of the map. Small mercies at this point in time. We are sitting at a truly ridiculous gold lead, about 6k. That's huge right now, especially we're only 20 minutes into the game. Baron's up, minions barreling forwards. You've got a 4-1 composition going on right now, and it works perfectly well because your Ahri is so safe and able to leave these fights as soon as she really wants to. Just gonna let this cannon minion do the work escape, not really able to step up far enough forwards to be able to. Look at this real MVP of the game.
And the cannon we trust. There we go. Oh, no! I wish it was just a cannon. It was just one hit away.
Managing to pick up the turret, though, and that continues the squeeze that Zerolag have on this game. They want to meet G2 in the next round. They want to find themselves into the finals. Prize pool will be unlocked for the winner of this team.
That's definitely something to fight for, and you're looking like Zerolag is very much aware of it. And unfortunately, I would say for SK in this situation, we have seen previously in the tournament squeezes like this happen, blocks up, but when the enemy team tries to go for a split push like this Mundo has been doing, like not having the Mundo in any of the team fights and just Zerolag getting everyone like picking off all the time, the damage, the minions is gonna take them down. It is not, it is! What?
Yeah,
it
goes down.
There was no more damage. What? It was Leandri though from Ahri Aziri. Aziri is going up to Josh. They have the escape route of getting away. They do not. Aziri denies that with a lovely auto attack to finish it off. And once again, Fenderi is nowhere to be found. It's just a top lane island again. And it's 24 minutes into the game block, so I don't think that's the best scenario.
No, right now you're needing that beefy front line because your back line is so squishy. Emperor's getting caught out again, not having a good game on this Ahri. It's an absolute destruction at this point in time. Wolfie's able to sit back after the excitement of the last game, relax, and just keep getting the waves, stop Fengdiari from being able to push into the game, as the rest of the map is just won by her team. Getting picks with this Ahri, it's what we said, it's a pick composition right here. You're looking for a pick with either that Ahri charm or with that Glacial Prism coming out of the Sejuani. Either way, once you land that onto somebody, you have more than enough follow of damage to be able to take them out. The sustain that comes out of this Soraka means that in extended team fights, they're still absolutely fine. And overall, it's just a chokehold that Zerolag have on SK. And SK, they need to find a way back into this game. Currently, their best shot is this Victor scaling up slowly but surely, doing pretty well for themselves, alongside what is a decently strong Mundo. But the Mundo either needs to keep split pushing and actually find turrets, or get involved in these team fights and be able to find a way for the team to have a little bit of space in the backline for Escape and Mercer to actually deal with damage.
Yes, and unfortunately for Mundo, the Ornna has been doing so great at defending those pushes and clearing out the wave, pushing it backwards. That's why we have it right here, and it's going to be a 1v1 turned into a massive 3v1 with Wind Trading Kane. The series following up the flash once again from Fengdere is going to try to make an escape. Oh, the lovely engage. There's nothing you can do. Ahri has the recess. The instant cleanse from escape is going to make themselves alive for a little longer. But the girls from Zerolag are relentless. They have taken the turret here. They have forced many summoner spells. They're pushing for another one. The Ahri doing as a good Ahri does, picking people off, getting the shutdowns as a nice engager assassin that she can be, and the Apollonia being amazing on the roll.
I sometimes worry about Ahri's in this kind of composition where you're trying to go for a big wombo combo because she doesn't have that potential. If you're trying to...
Oh
never
God.
mind.
Oh my God.
Bye-bye.
Oh, the own horn into bullet time. This misfortune doesn't even care about cooldowns.
Nope.
It's still 50 seconds for the Baron. There's still plenty of time for that ulti to come back. Apollonia, though, being cornered by Fengdere on this one. The Q is not going to land, so damage from the true damage is not gonna be there. But lovely dodge, as you said, blocks her on the axe, is gonna make herself very comfortable, and she's going for. She's feeling a little confident on this one.
Well, she's got backup arriving, and you can see the longer that you make this Mundo sit around towards the bot side, the more time the rest of your team have to get things done elsewhere. But just needs to be careful here. No Glacial Prison up and available for Wind Trading Kane means that was unlikely to turn into an actual fight. And all that Apollonia needed to do was to hold Fengdiari, make sure that they weren't able to get any damage onto the turret, and wait for Wolfie to get back, because Wolfie's the one who's actually supposed to be dealing with this Mundo and dealing with them relatively effectively. Mundo is slowly but surely getting these turrets down, finding global gold for her team. The only reason probably that things are staying within touching distance, but barely. It's a 10k gold lead. Soul already picked up for Zerolag. They're looking for their second Baron of the game, and is there any chance that SK can even try to go in onto it?
Yeah, I don't even think so. We have to be available from Worthy as well if it was necessary. There is no hard CC from Mundo that would deny the TP. That is not even needed. Zerolag gets the burn for herself. The second of the game, they had all the objectives. 1v1 down here. A little miss from G. Worthy gets an emote back from Feng. It just looks like, unfortunately for SK, that they've just did the island, and that transferring the island from top lane to bottom lane, and they're just having the two giants fighting each other. That is working much better for Zerolag than it is for SK, I might add.
Zerolag are playing this game with a lot of very clean map rotation, as well as clean macro and micro play. The plays coming out of Apollonia have been beautiful, and we saw great performance on that Yone in the previous game. Once again, looking nice and clean. That Sleep could land on a couple of people, doesn't end up being taken. That's going to be the turret taken out. Inhibitor going to fall in just a couple of seconds. You can then rotate that down towards the bot side. Feintieri needs to be careful.
They really do, but I don't think that they're going to even try to defend this one. Maybe just the inhibitor. I also don't think they have enough to do so. The damage from Azirius from Apollonia is a lot on these structures. Empress will try to get a nice sleep. Oh, great redemption from Darkdell, healing people up. To be fair, she was the only person who needed it. The rest of the team was already so healthy. They have the Soraka for themselves. Apollonia gets some damage there. The Leandri is ticking, so it goes down to about 60% of her health bar on Ari. They're going to push for the top lane. So, as you mentioned, Blocks, are just lovely macro rotation and guaranteeing everything on every side of the map. Apollonia going in, they get the damage, they get the charm. And there we go, once again, nice flash from Escape. Gets herself the escape on that one, because it was going to be a certified kill if it went wrong. And there we go, once again, we're trading. Kane is going in for those stuns. Azirius is so confident on the damage of this Misfortune. She gets the finish off on the enemy champion. Empress is gonna go down. The Nexus Stars are gonna go down. Nexus is gonna go down. And this is the most perfect game that we've seen here in the Rising Stars tournament. Zerolag gets